you're looking to dive into topics on how to live a happier, healthier, more fit and long lifespan, then you've come to the right podcast. Livin the Dream with me, Coach Damian Evans. Together, we will explore the topics on all things health, fitness, and wellness. Together, we will be lifelong learners on this journey to living the ultimate dream. What up, Dream Team? Coach D here, coming at you with another growth mini-sode. This will be a bite-sized episode with the goal of setting a growth-minded intention and focus for the upcoming week. Each mini-sode will offer a quote that encapsulates the theme of the week, and after the quote, we're going to dive into a weekly focus, something small that we can concentrate on for the following 7 days. We're also going to touch on a physical activity tip and a nutrition tip. This is going to assist us in working towards a more healthy and optimal way of living our own dream life. And in each mini-sode, we're going to end with a recommendation for the week. This could be anything from a podcast to a book to an article or paper, anything that's going to help us better educate ourselves towards the overall focus of the week. If this is your first time listening to a mini-sode, the goal is to listen on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday to be ready to start the challenges of the week on Monday. So just listen to one mini-sode every week, and as that week finishes, move on to the next week's mini-sode. You can start all the way back over at mini-sode number 1 or join in with the team, mini-sode 16 right here. These mini-sodes will only be as beneficial to you as you're willing to make them. So if you're going to play along with the weekly focuses, the physical activity, the nutrition tips, it's going to help you be much more successful to do this with someone in your life. So grab an accountability buddy and share on your social media platforms the challenges of the week. You never know who is going to be quietly watching and rooting for you. And you really never know who's going to be inspired just by you sharing your journey, both the challenges and your successes. So let's dive into this week's growth mini-sode. I love this week's quote so much. It says, "There is no exercise better for the human heart than reaching down and lifting someone up." There's no better exercise for the human heart than reaching down and lifting someone up. This also reminds me of a meme that I see floating around on the interwebs every once in a while, and it shows a picture of two people running a Spartan race. One is at the top of this wall, reaching down and offering their hand to someone that has yet to climb the wall. The caption says, "Strong people don't put others down, they lift others up." I just love that. Strong people don't put others down, they lift others up. We are human beings and we all have ups and downs. We all could use a little assistance and love when we are in our lows. We have all been on the top of the world when we couldn't have a much better day, and we've all hit our own rock bottom at whatever point in your life that it has happened. When you're feeling great, that's the time to show those around you compassion, love, empathy, support. And when you're not feeling great, that's the same time to show people around you compassion, love, empathy, support. I personally have found that when you take conscious effort to support others, and not that you should do it expecting this, but I have found that it almost always comes back to you in some kind of way. Kindness has this ripple effect that really it amazes me. It's like a mirror rebound effect where you put out there into the world and then it just reflects right back to you. So this week's weekly focus is to find an accountability buddy that you can help, that you can assist, that you can lift up. Find, aka a Soulmate. There are so many benefits of including someone in your fitness journey. In fact, some experts say that having a strong support system, it might be the largest factor in you accomplishing your large, audacious fitness goals. So we're going to go over some benefits here. I got a list that I made up of benefits of having an accountability buddy. Number 1, working out becomes more fun. Exercise for most people is not the first thing that they would choose to do, and I get that. If they had a choice of doing anything else in the world, it probably wouldn't be the first thing on their list. Some people maybe. But when you have someone with you going through all the challenges, backing you up when you're tired, and sharing some of your hardships that exercise often brings, that is a lot more fun than had you been doing it all alone. Number 2, trying new exercises becomes a little easier. Working out is not easy. In fact, exercising should be challenging. It is challenging. That's the whole point. We must challenge in order to change. However, when you have your accountability buddy, it's easier to come up with the exercises that both of you find will get you closer to your goals. It can be a shared task of one of you coming up with the exercises one day and then switching turns the other day. Or maybe one of you sees an exercise online that you can share with each other. Most of the time, 2 heads are better than 1, right? Number 3, keeping form on point when the trainer or the coach isn't around. Everyone can use a little bit of form correction from time to time. I mean, average Joe and average Jane, all the way up to your favorite coach or trainer, especially as the fatigue sets in. Everyone needs a little bit of assistance. Having an extra pair of eyes to be able to help you see when that form is slipping, it could be the difference between a great workout or an injury. Friends don't let friends deadlift with super rounded spines, unless that's the goal of your exercise. Number 4, now, I know a lot of people aren't competitive, but a little friendly competition here and there can definitely make you perform a little bit better. Let's say you're feeling a little lackadaisical. Do we still use the word lackadaisical? Let's say you're feeling a little lackadaisical. The day that you pick up this 15-pound weight and you're about to start doing these goblet squats. All right, I'm not really feeling, I'm going to pick up this 15-pound weight. And you see that your Soulmate, well, they pick up the 20-pound weight. Well, now, not that you're trying to lift the same as anyone, but you should definitely know that if this is below your limits, your 15-pound weight, you're completely capable of lifting that 20-pound weight, and you see them do it, well, you're much more likely to set yours down, pick up the 20-pound weight, and do what you're actually capable of. Friendly competition can make you grab that slightly heavier set of weights or just do those extra few little bit of reps with your friend's encouragement, which in the long run, it will really add up. Number 5, on the other side of things, a Soulmate can keep your ego in check. If you're about to grab that 100-pound dumbbell for the goblet squat, but you just started your fitness journey, you better believe that they're going to make sure, are you really sure that you want to lift that weight? That's the right weight selection for you? And if you decide to lift it anyway, well, you better believe that they're going to be there to spot you. Number 6, which brings us to the next benefit, working out with an accountability buddy makes workouts safer. You're in it together. You're protecting one another, and you got each other's backs when necessary. There's nothing better than a spotter when you need a spotter. Number 7, an accountability buddy motivates and supports you. When you hit the best lift ever, when you go the furthest distance yet, when you crush your short-term weight loss goal, your accountability buddy is right there with you every step of the way, cheering you on and celebrating your successes. There's nothing better than going on that journey together and progressing through the hardships that will inevitably occur along the way. Number 8, and what I think is the most significant benefit of the accountability buddy. One of the things that will get you to your fitness goal the fastest is consistency. Consistency is so hard to do on your own. Having an accountability buddy increases your commitment massively. One study showed that a 5-time greater commitment in those that did their workout with a Soulmate. There are days when you lose motivation and when you're just not feeling it. And I see it in group fitness all the time. Sally, she comes in with Susan, and Sally tells me, I did not want to come today at all. I would have totally skipped had Susan not been expecting me. And then after the workout, Sally is ecstatic that she went. She feels that great endorphin rush. They both walk away and they're smiling, proud of what they just did. Working out becomes more fun. Your commitment and consistency are increased by having that person with you. It increases your likelihood of achieving your goals 5-fold. That's just incredible to me. So here's a list of things that you want to look for in your Soulmate. And there's also a really funny Soulmate application online that I found. So I'll make sure that I post that link in the description of this notes and you guys can kind of look at it. It's funny. You can even post it if you want to, and maybe someone will be your Soulmate. Things to look for. You obviously like being around them. Yes, you want to be around them. They are good role models to the things that you're trying to accomplish. Your Soulmate should be dependable. This is really important. There's nothing worse than a flaky Soulmate. They have a good attitude. Even if they don't like exercising, they bring humor and good attitudes towards it. Debbie Downer would not be a good fit here. They're also compatible with you. Someone looking to pack on huge amounts of muscle might not be the best fit for someone that's just looking to lose 100 extra pounds. Make sure you guys are compatible with your goals. And you should also look for their style and motivation and their schedule most important, to match yours. So happy hunting, friends. And if you already have a Soulmate, you better make sure that you post about them sometimes this week because you are blessed. Show your appreciation for how amazing and helpful and motivating and impactful that Soulmate has been for you in your fitness journey. Shout out to all the amazing Soulmates out there for helping crush goals. Moving on to this week's physical activity tip. This week, take a second to really think about why you want what you want when it comes to your fitness, health, and wellness goals. Take a second to find a purpose bigger than yourself for your why. This is where you got to get an accountability network. Follow me here. I know this is not going to be fun for a lot of you. Get an accountability network. Log, blog, post, journal, document your journey, and do it on a public platform. I know it. You may think that no one will care. You may think that you're going to annoy people. You're not doing it for them. I'm telling you, countless others are going to be motivated by you doing this. They are going to be supporting you and cheering you on. And this is even if you aren't getting a bunch of likes and comments. You're still inspiring. And even if it just affects one person positively, you've impacted this world for the better. Documenting your journey also helps you track your own progress. You can go back. You can see where you started and how far you've come. These objective things that you can look at are so important. It holds you accountable. If you get in the habit of posting your workouts or your check-ins and then you miss one, well, you better be sure that you're going to hear from some of your friends or your family and they're going to ask, how are you doing? Are you still on track? It helps you stay consistent, which is going to be super important. If you post 4 workouts in a row and on that 5th day, you're like, I am just not feeling this. I don't want to do this. Well, the fact that if you do it, it's going to keep your streak alive and you're going to see this on your public social platform. This could be enough to just get you out the door, to get you to your workout when you may have been easily convinced not to go. And I get it. Look, putting yourself out there, it makes you super vulnerable. It really does. I mean, I was the guy that didn't post anything. I had the same profile picture for like 8 years straight. I thought posting too much might like annoy people, but then I would get these random posts or messages and people would tell me how much it helped them or how much they were inspired by what I did. For those that don't want to see it, there's always ways of just hiding stuff so that you don't have to bother them. They can hide it if they don't want to see it. That's their prerogative. You're not doing it for them. And if you're not quite there yet, if you're not quite comfortable there yet, that's fine. I totally get it. There is a little vulnerability there. So make a separate fitness account. You don't have to add any friends to the profile. You can just make it and just post to it. You could make it a private account if you wanted to. Just make sure you add me because I'm going to be there. I'm going to cheer you on. I'm going to like your stuff. The point is putting it out there into the world that you are on an intentional journey of making yourself more healthy, more self-confident, more independent and strong. And that's going to be a huge thing for you. So this week, make yourself some sort of accountability network and let me know if you're struggling with it because I can help you out. I know it's scary, but sometimes to get where you haven't been, it really helps to change up and do things that you've never done before. Moving on to this week's nutrition tip, and it's just along the same lines as the physical activity tip. Make an accountability network, and then this should also include your nutrition. Not only should you post your workouts and your successes and your strengths and your challenges physically, but you should also post your meals. Post on your IG stories. They go away in 24 hours. You can do it on your Facebook feed. Make a separate IG healthy food journey page. You're going to be much more likely to stick with your meal plan or at least just choose foods that align with your goals if you know you're going to be posting it for everyone to see or logging that food. Make a deal with yourself that you can only eat whatever you want, but as long as you promise to post it first. That's one way to ensure that you're not going to eat an entire full sleeve of Oreos or down 2 full bottles of wine. Maybe you will, but at least you posted it and at least you put it out there and at least people know that, some people have those days where you just have a little bit of excess, that's what it is. You may even get people throwing out suggestions on recipes that they enjoy. Something like, oh my gosh, those Brussels sprouts that you made, they look so good. When I make my Brussels sprouts, I throw a little bit of bacon bits and some blue cheese on it, and it's an explosion of flavors in my mouth. So you may learn from your network things that you thought were healthy, but actually maybe they're not quite as healthy as you thought they were. Here's a healthier substitution. I'm telling you, accountability, discipline, and maybe even just a little social pressure, nothing wrong with that. These are all impactful ways to combat the addictive drive to eat the hyper-palatable foods that we all crave and that we all love. And lastly, we're going to end this minisode with a recommendation, and this week's recommendation is from my favorite podcast, The Model Health Show with Sean Stevenson. This episode is titled Dangerous Chemicals Hidden in Our Food Supply and the Food Industry's Playbook. And this is with the food babe herself, Vani Hari. This is episode number 333, released on February 4th, 2019. Vani Hari is known as the food babe and the leader of the food babe army. She is famous for going up against huge companies like McDonald's, Subway, Chipotle, Kellogg's. She finds unnecessarily harmful ingredients in food and calls out these companies for sacrificing their consumers' health just to save a buck. I love what she does. We need more people like her. It's insane to see the power that one person has with the right mindset and the right cause and the backing of such a passionate following. So check out this episode. I'm going to include the link in the description of this minisode. And that's it, my friends, for this week's Growth Minisode. Each week, we're going to focus on something new and dial in a different aspect of physical activity and nutrition. So share with your friends and family and hold each other accountable. Post on your social media stories and show the world your Soulmate. Post your fitness journey and document your progress. Share your workouts and your meals and your goals and your successes. And make sure you tag me and share your journey. And let me know if you have any suggestions or tips that would help this Live in the Dream team that I can discuss on future episodes. I'm going to be right here with you, working on making us stronger, happier, and healthier humans. Until next time, friends, keep living the dream.